Hi, this is Michael William Denny of the ThunderWizard.com YouTube channel, and today I want to talk to you about the truth about karma, reincarnation, and past lives. You have been told a lie about what karma is. You have been told a lie about what reincarnation is. I'm going to clear those up for you, and I'm going to share with you how you can use this knowledge to not only liberate yourself, but to get the most out of this life that you're living right now. You've been told that karma is a bad thing. You've been told that karma is some kind of punishment for sins that you've created in a past life. And so therefore you have to live out this hell in this life that you have now, and when you have paid off of all of your sins, then you don't have to come back and be incarnated again. Well, first, just let me tell you something. You don't ever have to be incarnated again. If you want to be liberated and never have to come back as a human, you don't ever have to. This can be your last lifetime if that's what you want. But in order for me to continue, I need to first, we need to clear up some misconceptions about basic lies about spirituality, which has been given to you by religion. And all religions do this. Religion, the word religion means to bind together. And religion is used to control people. It's used by elite people to control people underneath them in order to squeeze out money and resources. This is what the purpose of religion is, and it's always in direct contrast to true spirituality. Spirituality is always about liberation, liberation of the soul as well as liberation of you personally. And if you can understand the concepts of true spirituality, you can live completely free. You can live as a divine, omnipotent being on earth. And I can teach you how to do that. So the first thing that we need to do before we get into the topic of karma is I need to liberate you from an old idea, from a lie. And this has been inspired to me by a comment that was put down. And by the way, thank you for the comments, the sincere comments you give. Somebody had mentioned, I had used the word karma in a previous video, and somebody had mentioned that in his experience, karma was crippling. And I know exactly what he's talking about, because this is the lie that has been given to people, the misconception about what karma is. That karma is somehow punishment for sins of past lives, and that is completely, totally false. That is a lie. The word karma simply refers to the result of action. That's it. So karma is neither good nor bad. It just simply is it's the law of action and reaction. You know, the karma of going to the gym and lifting weights is you get bigger muscles. The karma of getting on the treadmill and running is you burn off calories and you burn fat. So there's always a karma. There's always a payoff in some way or another. So we only focus on the negative things because we don't want to deal with challenging or difficult reactions to our actions. We only want to deal with the positive things. So this is why this idea of karma has been taken out of context. Now, it is used by religions in the same way that Christianity uses the word sin. And we could talk about that. But the word sin, it isn't what you've been told either. And so karma is used as a way to make you feel bad, to make you feel guilty, to make you feel subservient, to make you dependent upon the priests and the religion and all that kind of stuff. And that's a bunch of nonsense. So let me tell you exactly how karma works and how karma relates to reincarnation. So, as I said earlier, if you don't want to reincarnate, you never have to again. So let me just give you permission right now. If you are under the impression that you hate this life and that you find this life to be a burden on you and that you don't like living here and you don't want to come back, you don't have to. Remember what I'm telling you. When you leave this body that you're in, remember this moment, remember what I'm telling you. You don't have to come back. Now, what you may not realize now at the moment is that you probably will want to come back, because here is what reincarnation is all about. Every time we incarnate, we do so because we chose to do so. Now, there's some false teachings out there that say that you have to be careful because when you die, there are these false beings that will present themselves as beings of light who will try to convince you that you have unfinished karma and therefore you have to go back and that this is a lie and you shouldn't do that. That's absolutely not true. You remember what I'm telling you. When you leave this body, you will meet those beings, and those beings will not in any way tell you what you have to do. You will make that choice if you want to do that. So here's what life is. Life in this body, life in these physical bodies is a video game for the soul. When the soul is not incarnated in a body, it lives in infinite bliss. It is connected to everything. Your soul, when it's not inside of a body, knows that it is the entire universe, that it is God, and that it can do and experience everything, that it's omnipotent, omniscient. It experiences this. But it still wants to learn and grow. And the only way that the soul, the infinite soul, can learn and grow is if it's put into limited scenarios. So that's why we choose to incarnate in these physical bodies, and we choose to live in this three-dimensional matrix, this three-dimensional hologram, whatever you want to call it. And we also, here's the other thing that is important to know. Your life is your creation. You wrote it. Whatever challenges you're experiencing in life that you want to be out of now, you created those challenges because within those challenges is some knowledge, is some lesson that your soul wanted to learn. So it's not like what you've been told. It's not like you're sitting there and there's these big giant, God or gods that are saying, you need to learn this lesson, so we're going to send you back and we're going to make life difficult for you because you screwed up last time. That's not how it works. What happens is like when the soul is in the midst of infinity, it devises these challenges because it knows that it can overcome them, but it makes it challenging and difficult. And it's just like a video game. If you're playing a video game and you're in the midst of a video game and you're fighting the monsters and you're driving the air spaceship or whatever the hell it is that you're doing in the video game, and you're taking it really seriously, and then all of a sudden you die and you scream and you go and you take the controller and you throw it across the room and you stamp on the floor and you cuss. And then you laugh and you take a sip of soda and then you go, you know what, that was fun. I want to do that again. So you take the controller and you do it again because there's that one level. You can't get past that one level, and you're going to get past that level and you're going to figure it out. And you go online and you find out where all the special little things are and all the little tricks. This is what your soul does. In between lives, your soul does exactly that. It sits back and it looks at the game that it just played and it goes, I did it again. I got in the middle of that challenge, that thing that if you get over that challenge, there's going to be this huge payoff for the soul. And it's going to be incredibly liberating, and it's fun for the soul. So now the reason why we forget is because if we remembered that we were infinite and that everything is by the snap of a finger, we wouldn't learn anything. So we convince ourselves that we forget, we convince ourselves that we're limited, and that's part of the game, to remember when you're in the game, to wake up in the matrix, to wake up in the game and remember, oh, that's right, I'm infinite. I can do whatever I want. So, these are the things that people get out of lucid dreaming and shamanic journeys and all that kind of stuff, which is why I teach it. So this is the bottom line here. So let's get back to real life, okay? When you die, you have the choice to come back or not. Now, you think you don't want to come back. I know I'm there often myself. I've been there for many years. I remember thinking I don't ever want to come back until I started waking up in the dream. And now that I've woken up in the dream, I know that it's a video game. And here's the fun part. I'm able now to direct my life in ways that seem effortless. I'm able to get all of the things that I want. And here's the thing. You think you know what you want until you wake up, and then you realize, oh, I really don't want that. And you remember what it is you truly want in life, and then you start getting it. The source of all unhappiness is going after things you think you want when in reality you don't. But in order to remember what it is you really want, you have to wake up in the dream. So that's a whole other topic that we can get into. So that's the bottom line. Listen, karma is not a punishment. It is not difficult. Everything that you experience in this life is karma, positive and negative. And here's the thing we don't realize. The majority of what you have is positive. The fact that you are a human being is a result of positive karma. There are beings out there, you call them angels, you call them gods, you call them all kinds of whatever. These beings cannot become human. And they wish they could, because there is such power and such wisdom in the video game that we call human life. So anyway, that's it for now. Listen, if you want more teaching on this, you can contact me directly. I work with people directly. You can become an apprentice. And if you really want some help figuring out some powerful ways to sort of dial in that game, then let me take a look at your Vedic astrological chart, and I'll put a link on that for you to go do that if that's something that you want to do. That's a way that you can really that gives you all the little special tools, and you can get a jump start in your life. So if you like the channel, go ahead and contribute. If you don't see the little thing, scroll below. You'll see contribute to the channel. Also subscribe, like, comment. If you have a question, or if there's a video that you want me to make, or something like that, go ahead and put it in the comments, and if I like it, I'll go ahead and do it. So that's it for now, my friends. Until next time, remember that you are God. You are in control of this video game. Stay tuned, because I'm going to explain more about this as time goes on. Thanks.